So what does it all mean now? Glenn Ignazio is standing by. Glenn is a retired Air Force Special Operations Commander in the U.S. military with his take today. Glenn, good to see you. Your thoughts on what this is going to mean? Let's start with the weapons.
Yeah, great to see you, Todd. Well, I think it's definitely needed as we see an incredible launch of missiles and drones and so forth that Russia's launched. I mean, these systems, the Patriots are going to be mainly looking at those cruise missiles and those bigger type of platforms. They're very expensive missiles, so you wouldn't want to put it against a drone. But it is absolutely one of the things that Ukraine needs with the attacks that have gone on for the last month plus.
And what difference do you think it'll make on the battlefield to get these weapons? Does it change the calculus, really? We know the Russians continue to make small advancements, Glenn, at great cost, of course, to their soldiers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's one of the things is that the human factors here is what's really become more important. In fact, we see more North Korean troops going into Russia that are then going into Ukraine. Ukraine is one of the things that's one of the weaknesses I would say in the future, or at least currently that they have, is the amount of people. So that's always what comes in. But these weapon platforms are going to assist them. That ability and that drive for the Ukrainians to protect their own country is a drive that you just can't face and you can't particularly match like Russia can. So this is where these weapons are really going to be a plus. It's not just the Patriots, but it's much more. And the more that's in the hands of those troops, the better off. But again, there's a lot more troops or ground troops in Russia's hands right now, and that's where the balance is coming up.
Okay, let's talk about the other dimension here, the idea of a 50-day deadline for a ceasefire. Otherwise, the U.S. could hit Russia with sanctions. Other countries that buy Russian oil could be hit with secondary sanctions. We know that Russian oil helps to fund its war against Ukraine. And how you see that potentially playing out here, because, you know, there are those, as you know, Glenn, who say that Russia is already so sanctioned. Would this make any sort of difference? We do know that there are top Republicans in Washington who are working on some kind of a sanctions package against the Russians that would be huge if it were passed in its current state.
Yeah, great point. I mean, as far as what's going on with these sanctions, yes, Russia is sanctioned up to the ears right now. But what happens is if India and China and others are sanctioned 100% for taking the Russia oil, which is what Trump is proposing. Interesting enough, the U.S. Senate is saying, "Hey, we're ready to go up to 500% against those countries." Now, that is what is going to hurt Russia. Again, they're sanctioned so much, but when you see the largest importers of China and India being pummeled, that's where it's really going to hit Russia. So it's like a secondary effect. And I think it'll be actually more effective, to tell you the truth. But Trump is saying that 100% right now. But if he has the ability to go up to 500%, if the Senate agrees to it, that's a lot of power to be able to play against those countries. They won't be happy, but that's where it hits Russia in the pocketbook. And that's where I think it's going to have a better impact.
Great to see you as always, Glenn, and get your read, your take. Thank you.